The ICC, however, hasn't entertained Pakistan's request. It was on expected lines as it usually addresses concerns over venues on potential security threat and not on the basis of cricketing grounds or any other grounds that the team may have. So the ICC has said that considering this decision of yours or this request is not based on security reasons, we feel no need to go ahead and heed this request. So there will be no rescheduling this fixtures, the venues as they've been proposed by the ICC and BCCI stay on. Pakistan wanted a few changes, including changing the venue of the India-Pakistan clash from Ahmedabad to another city. The Chennai and Bengaluru clashes, they wanted that flipped, but none of that is going to work out. As the ICC has made it very clear, the only reason that they relocate or consider any such request is if there's a security threat, which in this case wasn't the case or wasn't the basis for the request from the Pakistan Cricket Board. There is no doubt going to be a lot more questions about this, and Pakistan will try as hard as they can to push for a change of venue, but for now it's been shot down by ICC. Rahul Rawat is joining us with more details on this. Rahul, when the schedule came out, there were a lot of questions about whether Pakistan would try to change some of these venues, but it's clearly been shot down by the ICC.
Well, that's right, Akshita. So what had happened is a couple of weeks ago, BCCI had prepared a draft of the entire schedule of this World Cup and they had sent it to the ICC. Now what happens is ICC then sends it to the participating boards, and Pakistan is also one of those, and they seek response and feedback from those respective boards. So Pakistan had reservations for 2 games, or rather I should say 3 games, out of which one has been allowed and approved, which is that they didn't want to play their semi-final in Mumbai. So now what ICC has done is that if India, if they make it to the semi-finals, they will play in Mumbai. If Pakistan, they make it to the semi-finals, they will play only and only in Kolkata. And if it's an India versus Pakistan semi-final, then that match will happen in Kolkata. Now, the 2 things that have been rejected are A, they didn't want to play Afghanistan in Chennai because Afghanistan, they have some very good spinners and Chennai traditionally is a turning track. So they didn't want. So this was not a security reason that they gave for not playing Afghanistan in Chennai. So that is the reason why ICC had shot down that feedback or the reservation that Pakistan had.
Okay, Rahul, thanks very much for joining us with those details. So for now, Pakistan will have to be okay with all the venues that have been allotted for their matches. Meanwhile, in India, there's politics that's broken out over the Cricket World Cup schedule. Political parties, the AAP, Congress, they've all come together to question the venues that have been chosen for some of these matches. Congress MP Shashi Tharoor, who represents Thiruvananthapuram, has expressed his displeasure over the fact that Thiruvananthapuram and Kerala, for that matter, doesn't have a single match slotted in the state. He's referred to the Thiruvananthapuram Stadium as one of the best cricket stadiums in India. He also highlighted how Ahmedabad is becoming a new cricket capital of the country. And that's a question many have asked because their opening match, the India-Pakistan clash and the final are all slated to happen at the Narendra Modi Stadium. Not only him, Punjab Sports Minister from the Aam Aadmi Party, Gurmeet Singh, also expressed his disappointment over the fact that the Mohali Stadium is not a part of the World Cup schedule. It's not in the fixtures, claiming that the 2011 World Cup semi-final match was held in Mohali. This Punjab minister has questioned why this time around nothing is happening in Mohali, and has also asked why is it that the opening and the closing match is taking place in the Narendra Modi Stadium.
ਜਦੋਂ ਵਰਲਡ ਕੱਪ ਭਾਰਤ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੋਏ ਤਾਂ 96 ਦੇ ਵਰਲਡ ਕੱਪ ਦਾ ਸੈਮੀਫਾਈਨਲ ਮੋਹਾਲੀ 'ਚ ਹੋਇਆ, 2011 ਦੇ ਵਰਲਡ ਕੱਪ ਦਾ ਸੈਮੀਫਾਈਨਲ ਮੋਹਾਲੀ 'ਚ ਹੋਇਆ ਤੇ ਐਤਕੀ ਸੈਮੀਫਾਈਨਲ ਦਾ ਕੀ ਇੱਕੋ ਹੀ ਮੈਚ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਨੂੰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮੋਹਾਲੀ ਨੂੰ ਹੋਸਟ ਕਰਨ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮੌਕਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਤੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਨਰਿੰਦਰ ਮੋਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਟੇਡੀਅਮ ਅਹਿਮਦਾਬਾਦ ਉਹਦੇ 'ਚ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪਹਿਲਾ ਮੈਚ ਵੀ ਕਰਵਾ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ, ਓਪਨਿੰਗ ਵੀ ਉੱਥੇ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ, ਇੰਡੀਆ ਪਾਕਿਸਤਾਨ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵੱਡਾ ਮੈਚ ਆ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਉੱਥੇ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਫਾਈਨਲ ਵੀ ਉਸੇ ਸਟੇਡੀਅਮ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਰਵਾਇਆ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਸੋ ਇਹ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਸਾਫ਼ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜੇ ਅਹਿਮਦਾਬਾਦ ਨੂੰ 3 ਵੱਡੇ ਮੈਚ ਜੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਹੋ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਤਾਂ ਇੱਕੋ ਇੱਕ ਕਾਰਨ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਪੋਲੀਟੀਕਲ ਕਿ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਹਰ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵਿਤਕਰਾ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ.
And when I see the kind of the way they have distributed the venues, I laugh on the way arbitrarily they have taken decision. They should, first of all, the way how it goes is, first of all, you take the senior most, the founder members, and you allot important matches to those. Delhi is one of the founder members, and it has got a game against Afghanistan. It's a laughing stock. Then you have a stadium which is comparatively newer than Mohali and to Trivandrum, the two which are under controversy, has got two matches, which was earlier Sardar Patel Stadium, which I don't know why it has been named Narendra Modi Stadium. It should have been in some sports person's name, like Dhyanchand was named in place of Rajiv Gandhi, sports Khel Ratna. So it's very strange that you have a very important game between India and Pakistan being played at Ahmedabad, and again the final.
अभी तक तो रिकॉर्ड यही कह रहा है कि इंडिया वर्ल्ड कप में हारी नहीं है और शायद 7 बारी हम लोग जीते हैं, उसमें से सिर्फ एक बारी चेज किया जो भी 6 विकेट से जीते, बाकी हर बार इंडिया ने पहले बैटिंग करके हर बारी बड़ा स्कोर लगाया है और पाकिस्तान को हराया है. उस दिन क्या होगा तो नहीं कह सकते, बट जो प्रेशर बैटर हैंडल करेगा वो टीम वो जीतेगी. और वर्ल्ड कप में मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि इंडिया बेहतर प्रेशर हैंडल करता है, शायद इसलिए भी जीतता है. और पाकिस्तान के ऊपर भी वो बर्डन है कि हम कभी जीते ही नहीं है वर्ल्ड कप, तो उस माइंडसेट से आते हैं कि क्या इस बार जीतेंगे कि. मेरे ख्याल से इंडिया आर फेवरेट्स.
And let me bring in on this broadcast our consulting editor Rajdeep Sardesai as well. Rajdeep, good evening. What do you make of this entire controversy of the fixtures that have been announced by the ICC? Do you believe that, yes, there's a certain advantage given to BJP ruled states, that the focus largely is on the Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad?
Look, in a country as large as our subcontinental size, everyone's never going to be happy. But yes, prima facie, one thing is very clear. Ahmedabad is most favored city. Gets the opening match, gets prize matches like India versus Pakistan, England versus Australia, and gets the final. Now, you could argue that Ahmedabad is the largest stadium now in the country, therefore is getting these matches. But the truth also is the balance of power has shifted to Gujarat in Indian cricket, with Jai Shah as the all-powerful secretary of the BCCI. So that is one important reason why it appears that all the VVIP fixtures have gone to Gujarat. I am a Mumbaikar and I still believe that Mumbai is the home of Indian cricket. And therefore, just getting a couple of relatively smaller matches to Mumbai. Yes, we've got the semi-finals. I would question it. I'm sure there will be people in Kolkata who will also want a little bit more for Kolkata or Chennai or Bengaluru. Whether it's BJP versus non-BJP ruled states, I guess certainly the fact that Mohali, which got the semi-final in 2011, is out of the fixture list, will raise question marks. It's an AAP-ruled government there. I heard Shashi Tharoor complaining about Thiruvananthapuram, but Thiruvananthapuram is a relatively new centre in Indian cricket. So I'm not going to get into the BJP versus non-BJP ruled states, but I would have liked to see perhaps the cities where cricket has always been ingrained in the culture getting the bigger matches, and starting with my home city of Mumbai.
Let's also bring in Nikhil Raza on this. Nikhil, what is the process really that's followed in selection of stadiums and selection of venues for these World Cup matches? Can there be any space for, any sort of political interference in that?
Well, it can't be because, Akshita, BCCI runs under its own constitution. There are various other executive members, board members that then sit together and decide. But, truth be told, there has been internal politics in the BCCI for time immemorial. There have been certain venues that have been favoured at different times. Rajdeep just now pointed out that the balance of power may have shifted to Ahmedabad, which is true. But in different times, in different eras, we've seen balance of power rest with different venues. There was a time where Chennai got all the important matches because the BCCI president came from Chennai. There was a time that Kolkata got all the important matches because the BCCI president came from Kolkata. There was a time that Mumbai ruled the roost when it came to Indian cricket, and all important games were played in Mumbai. So I think that is all part of the journey. It's all part of internal BCCI politics. Remember, BCCI is governed by its own constitution. BCCI elections are very important. So a lot of times venues are handed out crucial matches based on the kind of votes that they will give when eventually the election of the secretary and the president are done. So that's something that has been there in the BCCI for the longest time. Having said that, not having Mohali is something that really stands out. Not having even a venue like Jaipur, Savai Man Singh Stadium, is something that is unusual. Sure, Thiruvananthapuram is a new venue, but Kerala always got matches between Kochi and Thiruvananthapuram. It's not happened there as well. So yes, there are anomalies. There are different areas that seem like right now that certain stadiums or venues have been excluded on purpose. Whether it's political or not is a entirely different debate. But yes, Mohali, in fact, Rajdeep pointed out one semi-final. They've hosted 2 World Cup semi-finals. Way back in 1996, also a semi-final was played in Mohali. The last time in 2011, a semi-final was played there. Not having Mohali get even a single game is something that, will create a debate. One more thing, if I can point out, Akshita, on the part of the BCCI. Remember, a lot of people might say that, listen, 48 matches, 10 venues, each of them getting roughly around 5 games. Could you have not distributed it to a few more venues, whereby, let's say, the venues could have got 2 or 3, and then you could have had more than 10, maybe 15, and accommodate a Jaipur, and accommodate a Mohali. But on that front, I'd have to side with the BCCI, because ICC also has certain guidelines where you can't have more than 10 venues. You can't have teams traveling, to various different venues. So you have to limit it to a certain number, and 10 has been that number.
Okay, Nikhil, thanks very much for joining us with that insight. Thanks to Rajdeep as well. This is an interesting debate, and no doubt one that the opposition will continue to raise. But as they say, all is fair in love, war, and in cricket. Let's move on to the other big story, the big political story that came in of Prime Minister Narendra Modi hitting out at the opposition in what's being deemed as his most aggressive, sharpest ever attack, and in sync essentially with the BJP strategy ahead of the 2024 elections. The Prime Minister raised 2 issues, dynasty and Ghotala and corruption, to lash out at opposition parties, and he named every single one of them.
From the whirlwind tour of the United States and Egypt, Prime Minister Modi switched gears from diplomacy to domestic politics. Addressing a gathering of BJP workers in poll-bound Madhya Pradesh, the Prime Minister tore into mission opposition unity.
देखिए, ऐसे लोगों पर गुस्सा मत कीजिए, दया कीजिए उन लोगों पर। 2014 हो या 19, वो कितने ही घोर विरोधी थे, लेकिन उन दोनों चुनावों में हमने देखा कि इतनी छटपटाहट नहीं दिखी जितनी आज दिख रही है। जिन लोगों को कुछ लोग पहले अपना दुश्मन बताते थे, पानी पी कर कोसा करते थे, गालियां देते थे, अब उन लोगों को आगे जाकर वो साष्टांग प्रणाम कर रहे हैं, नतमस्तक हो रहे हैं।
The Prime Minister said that the opposition's common minimum program is to escape action against corruption.
सारे मिलकर के कम से कम 20 लाख करोड़ के घोटाले की गारंटी है। कांग्रेस का घोटाला ही अकेले लाखों करोड़ों का है। 1,86,000 करोड़ का कोयला घोटाला, 1,76,000 करोड़ का 2G घोटाला, आरजेडी हजारों करोड़ के घोटाले का आरोप है। चारा घोटाला, अलकतरा घोटाला, टीएमसी पर भी 23,000 करोड़ रुपए से ज्यादा के घोटाले का आरोप।
He declared the only guarantee that the opposition parties have is of घोटाला or scams.
अगर उनकी घोटाले की गारंटी है, हर घोटालेबाज पर कार्रवाई की गारंटी। जिसने देश को लूटा है, उसका हिसाब तो हो करके रहेगा।
Then came an all-out attack on dynasty politics.
गांधी परिवार के बेटे बेटी का विकास करना हो तो फिर कांग्रेस को वोट दीजिए। आपको मुलायम सिंह जी के बेटे का भला करना है तो फिर समाजवादी पार्टी को वोट दीजिए। अगर आप लालू परिवार के बेटे बेटियों को उनका भला करना चाहते हो तो आरजेडी को वोट दीजिए। आपको शरद पवार जी की बेटी का भला करना हो तो आप एनसीपी को वोट दीजिए। आपको अब्दुल्ला परिवार के बेटे का भला करना हो तो आप नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस को वोट दीजिए। आपको करुणानिधि जी के बेटे बेटियों पोते पोतियों का भला करना हो तो डीएमके को वोट दीजिए।
The opposition parties were ready with the counter.
Abusing the opposition parties, they are all big leaders. They came with a great majority. He is only doing all the corrupt people. He is only doing washing machine business.
There was a time in Maharashtra when his leaders were highlighting the scams of the MLAs who are now a part of the Eknath Shinde group.
जब से पटना में पूरे देश की धड़कनें इकट्ठा हुई हैं, तब से आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी अमेरिका से लेके उनका दिल जो है वो पटना की मीटिंग में फंसा हुआ है।
With his aggressive attack on united opposition, the Prime Minister has clearly set the tone for a Modi versus Rest battle in 2024. Bureau Report, India Today.
And with that report, I'm slipping into a short break here on India Today. Coming up on the other side, my AI colleague Sana gets you a fact check segment.
Where the software engineer meets the smart market analyst, meets the talented photographer to create the big dream. The world comes together at Sharda University. So where are you?
The India Today Group is pleased to announce the launch of a brand new online portal for our Best Colleges survey, featuring 6 years of ranking data as well as a wealth of granular information on thousands of institutes of higher learning. Our interactive portal offers easy access, analysis and guidance to our Best Colleges of India survey results for over 2,000 colleges across 14 streams. We invite everyone to visit our site bestcolleges.indiatoday.in and we wish aspiring students all the very best.
For all the investors, this IPO has opened for subscription today. Would you be bullish on this space? Would you recommend investors to take a plunge here?
Sakshi, definitely this is a very good company. They are into the aerospace. They are leader in the aerospace technology. So I believe investors should invest this company. And the most important thing is the management is very keen to clear the debts. So they are coming in the IPO with at least they are planning to reduce their debt, and they are coming with a new product, and they are going for the more government contracts. So yes, this is a very good company. Investors should invest into this.
Okay, so investors can definitely look at subscribing. Would you advise investors to stay here for the long term, or should one really look at just listing gains and book the profits out?
I'm expecting the listing gain should be almost 20 to 30%. If you are a long-term investor, definitely you should hold this stock for the long term.
Okay, 20-30% kind of listing gains in case you're a short-term investor, but long-term investors can also continue to hold this space, this stock in their portfolios if they get the allotment of this stock too. Apart from this, let's also jump on to the next IPO, and that's Cyient DLM IPO that will open for subscription tomorrow. Now here again, the public issue is worth 592 crore rupees. and the bidding will be allowed till 30th of June. The company management has fixed the IPO price between 250 to 265 rupees per equity share, and over here also we've seen that the grey market premium is around 100 rupees odd or 110 rupees odd as well. But here again, remember that the key point here is that it's a complete fresh issue of shares. So the entire money or the fund will be used by the company for cutting its debt, for its working capital and expansion plans too. Cyient DLM, the subsidiary of Cyient, the tech major, getting listed, launching its IPO here. One lot comprises of 56 shares, and requirement for the IPO is 14,840 rupees, and that's one lot, and the maximum would be closer to 2 lakh rupees, and that is 13 lots will be allowed for per retail investor. Here, what would you say, Raghavendra? Does this IPO excite you?
Definitely, this is a very good company, and you name the industry, they are into this. They are into oil and gas, they are into defense, they are into railway, they are into semiconductor. They are everywhere in this industry, So this is a very good company. I'm expecting a good listing gain also. And the major part, I'm expecting, investor to hold this stock for the long term also.
Long term also. So what kind of listing gains do you expect here? And for the long term investors, what should be the kind of outlook one has?
I'm expecting around listing around 380, 400 level, and that is a very good level. If you are a short-term trader, definitely you should book your profit. But for the long term, you should this stock should be in your portfolio.
You are watching Fact Check segment where we bust fake news. A post is going viral purportedly showing that OceanGate posted a marine pilot job vacancy just days after its submarine tragedy, which left 5 civilians dead after implosion. India Today's investigation found that the official OceanGate website was shut down on 22nd June, the day the submarine's debris was found. The job vacancy has been on the website since as early as August 2020. This fact check on viral fake news is done by India Today's team Afwa. With that, a quick break. Stay with us for the news and updates. This is AI Sana signing off.
One of the best apps available right now for digital detox is certainly Flipped. You can join groups with people and give each other challenges just like on other apps. With this digital detox app, you can customize how much screen time you spend each day. All social networking apps will disappear after the timer expires for the specified period of time, but calls and messages will still be functional. The Flipped app is designed to increase your productivity. For instance, when you're studying for an exam, to improve attention and relaxation, you can use the relaxing soundtracks that are already included with the app. The tunes on the app are lovely, with sounds that range from crackling fires and even mild rain. Number 5. Well, this one isn't an app, but if you use an iPhone, then this is a nifty feature. Focus mode, and I'm using it right now. By switching on this mode, you can shut down your work apps for the weekend, turn off notifications when you're working or even sleeping. You can decide when to get email notifications and when you want to take specific calls, etc. It's like a much more effective and specific DND mode that you can use for work or play. Couple that with screen time notifications telling you you've been spending way too much time on Instagram, and it changes the user experience altogether. So there you go, my top 5 ways to ensure technology augments my daily routine but also lets me live under a rock when I need to. That's me signing off, and we hope you stay safe and that these tips come in handy.
many such launches are you expecting for this fiscal, or could you give us a sense of the next 1 or 2 years?
We've already, talked about bringing in almost a launch every quarter. So this is the first. We're going to see some more.
Right, absolutely. So, with premiumization also comes the need for infrastructure upgrade at Hero MotoCorp dealership level, at the ground level as well. So, what are the plans there, sir?
Well, these beauties need a new house.
Of course.
Yeah, so we're going to open 100 premium stores, exclusive stores for our premium products over the next 4 quarters. So we're on that path. We're very, very excited. Our dealers are also very excited about that.
Also, if you're talking about premiumization, one cannot absolutely ignore the fact that Harley is coming up from the Heroes stable. So give us a sense when it's coming on road, and how much volumes will the Extreme and the Harley's X440 add?
So there's going to be a lot of excitement, I can tell you that.
Okay.
Today we're talking about the Extreme,
All right.
and very soon we'll be talking about other stuff as well.
Right. So also my last questions, what is the focus and the plan for the entry-level vehicles? Is Hero simultaneously focusing on the entry-level, the 125cc segment as well, along with the 160 plus cc segment?
Sure. When you think about Hero at the entry commuter side of the business, we're at about 70-80% market share, and therefore getting a couple of points market share is not, there's not much joy in that. What we are looking at is to grow the category, expand the category, invite more consumers as first-time buyers to come in. And we're doing a lot of work with our dealers to be able to get more customers and expand the two-wheeler category.
But as the Chief Growth Officer, are you not concerned, sir, that the sales for rural two-wheelers is almost on a decline constantly, with electric vehicles also coming up into this space? So does that worry you, or the bullish trend will continue for Hero MotoCorp?
We recently launched the Super Splendor X-Tech, which is 125cc, and we're seeing across the board success and uptake in rural as well as in urban. We are seeing Splendor as very strong. HF Deluxe continues to be strong. So we definitely see more and more consumers. Just remember, we've come out of 2 years of COVID. So this is the time when the economy is coming back. There are lots of positive green shoots that we are seeing. And definitely it augurs well for the two-wheeler industry.
Co-powered by The World Comes Together at Sharda University. Bajaj Allianz Life Diabetic Term Plan. SBI Mutual Fund, a partner for life.
Good evening. You're watching To The Point here on India Today. I'm Akshita Nandagopal, and this evening, over the next 30 minutes, we're putting the focus on the Uniform Civil Code. It's a much debated issue, but Prime Minister Narendra Modi, just hours ago, speaking in Bhopal, lashed out at the opposition, making it very clear that he bats and stands for UCC. He accused the opposition of misleading minorities, and also with that, coupled UCC with a big outreach to the Muslim community, a community that's against this reform, that's against one nation, one law. Let's get you all the details first in our report before we take this across to our political panel.
परिवार के दूसरे सदस्य के लिए दूसरा कानून हो तो क्या वो घर चल पाएगा क्या? जब भी जहां जाता हूं वो भाजपा के साथ खड़ी रहती है, मोदी के साथ खड़ी रहती है.
After his forceful defense of his government's track record in securing minorities during his US trip, Prime Minister Narendra Modi made a big push for one nation, one law.
जो एयर कंडीशन कमरों में बैठकर
Modi said that Muslims only stand to benefit from a uniform law and accused the opposition of brainwashing the minority community and demonizing the UCC. Addressing party workers in the election-bound state of Madhya Pradesh, Modi said India can't run on two sets of laws.
हर मौसम आजकल हम देख रहे हैं कि यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड के नाम पर ऐसे लोगों को भड़काने का काम हो रहा है. आप मुझे बताइए, एक घर में परिवार के एक सदस्य के लिए एक कानून हो, परिवार के दूसरे सदस्य के लिए दूसरा कानून हो, तो क्या वो घर चल पाएगा क्या? कभी भी चल पाएगा क्या? फिर ऐसी दोहरी व्यवस्था से देश कैसे चल पाएगा?
Modi said his government has been taking steps to benefit all sections, including Muslims. Citing his government's ban on medieval triple talaq, Modi said that the deeply anti-women practice has already been banned in Muslim-majority countries. Modi added, and those backing triple talaq are only doing grave injustice to Muslim women.
मुझे लगता है कि जो भी 3 तलाक के पक्ष में बातें करते हैं, 3 तलाक की वकालत करते हैं, ये वोट बैंक भूखे लोग मुस्लिम बेटियों के साथ बहुत बड़ा अन्याय कर रहे हैं.
Opposition leaders were quick to hit back at the Prime Minister, saying One India, One Law was a direct attack on the Muslim community.
मोदी जी ने कोई ड्राफ्ट रखा नहीं देश के सामने. आनंद मैरिज एक्ट पे जो सिखों के लिए है, उस पर यूसीसी में क्या होगा? जैन धर्म के लिए कुछ कानून बने स्पेशल, उस पर यूसीसी में क्या होगा? मोदी जी और भारतीय जनता पार्टी को देश को बेवकूफ़ बनाने के बजाय एक ड्राफ्ट रखना चाहिए पहले. यूसीसी में वो करना क्या चाहते हैं? उसका दस्तावेज कहाँ है? मैं तो खोज रहा हूँ, दस्तावेज दीजिए पहले.
AIMIM chief Asaduddin Owaisi accused the Prime Minister of shedding crocodile tears for Muslims, saying his pawns were busy attacking mosques and lynching Muslims.
भारत के प्रधानमंत्री भारत की डाइवर्सिटी को, प्लुरलिज्म को एक प्रॉब्लम समझते. यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड की जब बात प्रधानमंत्री कर रहे हैं, वो यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड की नहीं बात कर रहे, वो हिंदू सिविल कोड की बात कर रहे. पूरे जो इस्लामिक रेफरेंसेस है प्रैक्टिसेस के, उसको वो इलीगल ट्रीट करेंगे और पूरे हिंदू प्रैक्टिसेस को प्रधानमंत्री अंडर द लॉ प्रोटेक्ट कर लेंगे.
Modi during his US visit had strongly affirmed his government's Sabka Vikas pledge.
Our vision is सबका साथ, सबका विकास, सबका विश्वास, सबका प्रयास. It means together for everyone's growth, with everyone's trust and everyone's efforts.
Uniform Civil Code means having a common law for all citizens of the country that is not based on religion. UCC has been part of most of the BJP manifestos and also a mandate from the Supreme Court which wants legal parity of all religions. Bureau Report, India Today.
So political parties clearly taking a stand on Uniform Civil Code, and questions loom on whether it will become a reality in 2024. Let's open this up. Joining us here on To The Point is Adil Hassan, spokesperson of the AIMIM, Shehzad Poonawalla, spokesperson of the BJP, and Salem Dharnidharan, spokesperson of the DMK. Good evening, gentlemen. Can I begin first with the AIMIM? Mr. Adil Hassan, what's your objection exactly to the Uniform Civil Code? If Muslims do benefit from equality, from one nation, one law, why is there a need to politically oppose it?
Ma'am, my leader, Barrister Asaduddin Owaisi sahab, very categorically told about the reality that why Mr. Modi wants to enforce anything. In India, in every 50 kilometers, we change our food habit, we change our culture, we change our language. We have the rights for Manipur and Nagaland people. We have in Himachal Pradesh, we have right. Hindu undivided family have right. They have got tax rebate, more than 3,000 crore rupees they get benefit. In every community they have. In South India, the niece and mama, they used to marry. In North India, they go Agni Phera. In South India, they go different thing. Why you want to enforce? India means pluralistic. India is a different kind. You can't compare India with Pakistan, Bangladesh, Syria, Libya or any other country.
Sure.
India is a bagicha. India is a
but
garden.
can you deny, Mr. Hassan? Can you deny that in this? Can you deny, Mr. Hassan, that amidst this plurality, amidst this diversity, very often there is discrimination, and that needs to be addressed?
Ma'am, I request Honorable Prime Minister that yes, 2 days before there was mob lynching in Maharashtra. There is government in Maharashtra, BJP government. He is talking about Pasmanda Muslim 5% reservation. Bombay High Court had asked to give, but we are waiting. Amit Shah in Telangana, you just now 10 days back told, "मैं reservation khatam kar dunga." In Karnataka, reservation was abolished. It was not for the Muslim; it was for the backward class. It is same for the Surjapuri community from the Simanchal. It is pending before the government of India. Surjapuri community reservation, but it is Kathni and Karni is very much different. But there is no Muslim minister, no Muslim MP in the cabinet. There is Arif Mohammad Khan is the governor, Najma Heptullah, Sayyid Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi, Sayyid Shahnawaz Hussain, Sayyid Jafar. No Pasmanda in the cabinet, no Pasmanda in the top.
Okay, you have cited these issues. Let's get an answer.
Mr. Modi is talking about Pasmanda.
Let's get an answer from the BJP. Since this is a 2 versus 1 debate, I'll first give a chance to Shehzad to respond to the AIMIM. Shehzad, you heard what Mr. Adil Hassan has said. He's questioning, if you're talking about the Pasmandas, why hasn't anything been done to empower them? Why is there no representation? Why aren't we talking about lynchings of Muslims that happen in the country?
Let me begin by this point first, and I hope I won't be interrupted. Like I heard him patiently, he'll hear me patiently. By the way, there is now EWS category reservation, which is meant for any person who's backward, irrespective of what their religious denomination is. So that applies to the Pasmandas. Secondly, when Prime Minister sends any kind of scheme, whether it's Ujwala, Mudra, Ghar Ki Yojana, Toilet Yojana, Tap Water Yojana, the partnership in that is that at least 30 to 40% goes to SC, ST, OBCs and backwards, including those Muslims who are economically backward. Thirdly, when the Prime Minister came to power, there were 2.94 crore scholarships given in UPA2. That was increased by 20 lakhs to 3.14 crore. The scholarships and the money allocated to AMU or to Jamia has doubled in the last 6 years. The budget given to the Minority Affairs Ministry has almost gone up from 3,500 crores to 5,000 crores. Obviously, then it has moderated a bit. So where is the point of discrimination? And as far as the imposition, why should there be one common law? That was what Adil Hassan said. Akshita, there is common criminal code. Is Adil being subjected to Sharia punishment and Shakti being subjected to non-Sharia punishment? If that is the case, then Adil should tell that if tomorrow any Owaisi, any Akbaruddin is caught robbing, then his hands will be chopped off. And the other person who's caught robbing, say a Shakti or some other person, then he should be given some other punishment. They don't want common criminal code. They only want common civil code so that they can exploit the rights of the women. The Supreme Court has ordained for UCC, not in one but in multiple judgments. The UCC was put in Article 44 by the Congress Party and the founding fathers, including Baba Sahib Ambedkar, whom they say Jai Bhim all the time. So was Baba Sahib Ambedkar communal? It was implemented in Goa for the first time when the Congress Party was in power.
No, but Ambedkar did also suggest, Shehzad, that it should be voluntary. He did suggest that it should be voluntary.
Let me come to that. It has been put in the directive principles of state policy, and after due consultation, every state has to aspire to bring that into practice, into its own law. So it has to build that consensus. That process is happening now. Who is forcing anything down anyone's throat? But before that has been done, how come some people have already predicted that it will be a Hindu code or it will be a XYZ code? This is fear-mongering of the worst kind.
Okay, let's get a response. Let's get a response.
The law was asked by the Supreme Court. One last line, Akshita, just one last line. Triple Talaq law, not brought by us, it was brought by the Supreme Court. Supreme Court said, bring it. Why do they oppose that? Do they not have faith in Supreme Court?
Okay. Adil Hassan, do you want to respond? Then I'll bring in also the DMK on this.
Pratiksha, I just want to know, ma'am, that Mr. Modi is talking about the Muslim woman. Why there is not even a single Muslim woman in the cabinet or a member of parliament from the BJP? And he is talking about the 40% Muslim minority budget decrease. Aligarh Muslim University, Kishanganj, not even get a single penny for Modi government from the last 9 years.
No, I'll ask those questions. You've spoken of representation. You've spoken of representation. Adil Hassan, why don't you answer the question that Shehzad is putting forth? Why is Mr. Owaisi saying that the Uniform Civil Code today... Sir, listen to my question, please. Why is Mr. Owaisi saying today that the Uniform Civil Code is a Hindu civil code? What is that based on?
because Mr. Modi wants to, after 9.5 years, Modi wants to implement his ideology. Mr. Modi must know that India is a pluralistic country. India, in every 50 kilometers, we change our dress, we change our language, we change our fooding habit. Mr. Modi have to consult to every person. Why not? Baba Sahib Ambedkar, Sardar Patel Sahib, Pandit Nehru ji, Mahatma Gandhi, all the lead, Maulana Azad Sahib, all were very much visionary to the Mr. Modi or Mr. Rahul or any of the leader who is in the present scenario. They are more visionary. They did not impose UCC on us. They know India better than us. They sacrificed everything for the country. Mr. Modi, he was sleeping for 9.5 years. He just get up and he talking about UCC. Why he is talking about
I'm going to give Shehzad 30 seconds to you to respond, because then I have to bring in Salem Dhanidharan as well. 30 seconds to Shehzad to respond.
Yes, just 30 seconds. Just 30 seconds, and I promise I won't take more than that. Since the gentleman brought up about Muslim women, the dropout rate amongst Muslim women has gone down from 70% to 30%. But can you tell me the name of the Muslim president of AIMIM? And the AIMIM has Muslimin in its name. Talk about diversity. The day Mr. Adil is willing to put Hindu in his MIM name, then he should talk about diversity. Apne naam mein Muslimin hai, and he is lecturing others about diversity. This is the heights, Akshita. This is the heights. And let me come to the larger point. I am glad, Akshita, I did not interrupt. Akshita, this is not a street brawl. Akshita, this is not a Hyderabad
Adil Hassan, let him finish. Adil Hassan, no, we will not have shouting over each other, please. Just hold on. Let Shehzad finish. Shehzad, go ahead.
Akshita, I shudder to think if there will be a Sar Tan Se Juda slogan next. Now let me just complete my point. Akshita, all I'm trying to say is that here is a person demanding representation on the basis of a particular religion. We are not in a separate electorate kind of situation that Pakistan was built upon. Today we are represented by all kinds of people. When the Prime Minister took over, the chief of the IB was Asif Ibrahim. If government wanted, he could have changed him. We did not change him. We kept the most important person for national security as Asif Ibrahim. Our United Nations representative was Syed Akbaruddin. What are you saying, sir? We have a Muslim from the Pasmanda Samaj from Rajya Sabha, Ghulam Ali Khatana. I myself belong to Pasmanda Samaj. I am the national spokesperson of BJP, one of the most visible on all platforms. What are you saying? And what did you do for Pasmanda? Is Mr. Owaisi giving any chance to Pasmanda? From 1952 to 2004, Pasmanda got 0.8% representation.
I want to answer
what was that
No, 1 second. Okay, I will come back to you, Adil Hassan. I will come back to you.
What was the representation you gave to Pasmanda? It is Modi ji who's talking about Pasmanda
I need 30 seconds.
I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you. Adil Hassan, my apologies. I will come back to you. I promise I will give you time. I will give you time and we will address the question that you want to answer. It's only fair that I also take this across to Salem Dhanidharan right now, spokesperson of the DMK. Your party, Salem, has also been very, very critical of the UCC. Why is that? What is your grouse now?
See, there are several reasons. First, I think I hope you'll give me 2 minutes, and also first and foremost, thank you for having me on your show. See, the BJP believes in divisive politics. Whenever there is an election in a state, they bring up an issue that is communal in nature. Right? Now there are elections due in Madhya Pradesh in the coming months. That's how the Prime Minister brought it up. Manipur, has he spoken anything about Manipur? Manipur is burning. Even the ministers are not safe there. Chief Minister himself is not safe. Why is he not speaking about Manipur? Why is he not speaking about unemployment? Why is he not speaking about no growth? Why is he not speaking about price rise? Having said all that, first of all, let's have uniformity in Hinduism. Ramnath Kovind was the former president. When he was the president of the country, when he went to Puri temple, he was not subjected to treatment which every other Hindu would be treated to. Right? In Uttar Pradesh, someone was shot dead a few months back because he wanted to go to a temple. So let's have uniform code for Hinduism. In Tamil Nadu, under the Dravidian model government, our leader M.K. Stalin said every people belonging to every caste could become a priest. Is BJP ready to implement the same in every state, their rule? If they say, then I agree. Are they willing to do that?
Shehzad, can you respond to that with a yes and no, clearly? Is the BJP willing to do that?
Yeah, Akshita, first of all, you should know, because they're having this discussion, the Hindu reform laws were brought way back in 1950s. It was out of vote bank politics that the reform that should have taken place in the Muslim community was stalled. So please, let us now spare the Hindu community. They have already had reforms in their laws right in the 1950s onwards. And secondly, discrimination of any kind on the basis of caste is anyways forbidden in any public or other space. But I ask you, if you want to take that argument forward, then somebody will tomorrow say, extending your same argument, that what should be done about the situation where some people get benefits of certain positions because of their caste, then should we do away with that system also? So I think that is a self-defeating argument. And thirdly, DMK spokesperson said that talk about employment, talk about this. Why? You're saying the rights of women should not be spoken about. You are a movement which credits itself to be a very progressive movement. Here is a movement that is saying that women should have equal rights. They should not be subjected to all kinds of bad practices which are not even given sanction in Islam. And you being a progressive movement are saying, no, let's not talk about women's rights. Why 50% of the population of this country should get their rights to education, to be liberated, to speak their mind freely. That is not important subject for you? And how is that every time we speak about this, you bring up unemployment? We are talking about unemployment. You talk about the unemployment in Tamil Nadu. Talk about the corruption of Senthil Balaji in Tamil Nadu. Talk about Pon Moody's corruption in Tamil Nadu. How is that mutually exclusive with what is happening on a social political front?
Let's focus on the UCC debate. Let's focus on UCC right now. Adil Hassan, I promised to give you time, so go ahead. I just have one question to you. Are you for gender equality, sir? If yes, Mr. Adil Hassan, do you believe that there must be codified laws on marriage, on divorce, on succession?
Ma'am, my point is, our point is clear that Mr. Modi can't enforce his mindset on the country. He have to consult every citizen of the country. And Mr. Saidad was talking about Pasmanda. My state president Bihar is Pasmanda. Jharkhand state president is from the Pasmanda community. Uttar Pradesh Pasmanda community. National secretary from Pasmanda community. I challenge Mr. Modi, Arif Mohammad Khan, Sayyid Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi, Sayyid Shahbaz Hussain, Sayyid Zafar, Sayyid Zafar, Najma Heptullah. I am not interrupting. I don't want interruption. See,
go ahead.
All are from the forward community. Why you given all the posts? Mr. Najib Jang, Mr. Firoz Bakht, all from the forward community. You are felicitating them and you are talking on camera about Pasmanda and you are giving the post to all the forward community. And you are stopping the 5% reservation in Maharashtra, Bombay High Court in educational institution.
Okay, but sir, Adil Hassan, I have run out of time. I have run out of time. One quick answer from you to my question that I asked you. Are you for gender equality, for reform in marriage, divorce and succession to ensure equality for Muslim women, sir? Yes or no?
Please ask Mr. Modi to bring our Bhabhi is in Gujarat. Please ask him to first bring and give justice to our Bhabhi. Then we will understand who is delivering the justice.
Sir, answer my question, please.
Charity begins at home. We want
answer my question.
Our Bhabhi in Gujarat.
You're not going to answer my question. You're not going to answer my question clearly. So it's fine. I'll wrap this up.
First, you should be bothered about ensuring that your sister does not have to undertake halala. Give justice to our Bhabhi who is sitting in Gujarat.
Adil, you first make sure your sister does not have to go through halala.
Let's not get personal, please. I'm going to wrap this up. Because I will not allow this to get personal. I'd like to thank our guests. We will stop there because this is clearly getting personal. We don't allow that here on India Today. It's up to you, the viewer, to decide whether Uniform Civil Code is something that works for the benefit, for equality of all Indians, or whether it's actually divisive. We wrap up this edition of To The Point. Thanks for tuning in. Coming up on the other side is News Track with Rahul Kanwal.
Artificial intelligence, AI, an ever-evolving field, is transforming the world we live in, unleashing wonders that were once unimaginable. Now, artificial intelligence is transforming lives in Lucknow in the field of medical science. This is an ortho-robo performing a knee replacement surgery, all made possible courtesy AI. And this is a game changer in Uttar Pradesh, as this AI-powered robo will now perform more ortho procedure in Lucknow's Apollo Medics.
This is a most advanced active robotic system. Active means कि हम इसमें सर्जिकल प्लानिंग करते हैं और वो सर्जिकल प्लानिंग सर्जन अपने एक्सपीरियंस के हिसाब से, पेशेंट की बॉडी के हिसाब से करता है. तब उस सॉफ्टवेयर को सेव करके और रोबोट में कनेक्ट कर दिया जाता है।
So how does this work? All the information is fed into the robo and then it works on its own, performing the surgery directly.
0.1 मिलीमीटर तक एक्यूरेट होता है। और अगर आप मैनुअल सर्जरी और रोबोटिक सर्जरी की बात करें तो मैनुअल सर्जरी इज 70% एक्यूरेट, तो दिस इज 95% एक्यूरेट।
From revolutionizing industries to enhancing everyday life, AI has proven to be a catalyst for progress and innovation. Bureau Report, India Today.
Introducing Apple Vision Pro.
Apple unveiled its hotly anticipated augmented reality headset on Monday, its riskiest and biggest bet since the iPhone debuted more than a decade ago. The Vision Pro poses a direct challenge to Meta's line of mixed and virtual reality devices. And with a price tag that will start at $3,499, the Vision Pro will cost more than 3 times Meta's priciest headset when it launches next year. Apple CEO Tim Cook.
It's the first Apple product you looked through and not at. Vision Pro feels familiar, yet it's entirely new. You can see, hear, and interact with digital content just like it's in your physical space.
Apple said that users of the Vision Pro will be able to select content inside the goggles with their eyes, tap their fingers together to click, and gently flick to scroll, while also using a 3-dimensional camera and microphone system to capture videos and pictures that can be viewed in 3D later. In its most striking difference from Meta's headsets, the device also has an exterior display that shows the user's eyes to people in the outside world.
So in the same way that Mac introduced us to personal computing and iPhone introduced us to mobile computing, Apple Vision Pro will introduce us to spatial computing.
The exterior screen goes dark when a user is fully immersed in a virtual world. When a person approaches a user who is in a full virtual mode, the headset will show both the user and the outside person to each other. For work uses, Apple showed how the headset can be used with a trackpad and keyboard to work like a traditional computer with multiple displays. The Vision Pro has 2 hours of use with an external battery, similar to Meta's top-of-the-line Quest Pro mixed reality device. Besides the headset, Apple also displayed a raft of new products and features, including a 15-inch MacBook Air, a powerful chip called M2 Ultra, and improvements to its iOS software and autocorrect feature. Shares of the iPhone maker rose 2% to hit a record high ahead of the launch, but shares ended slightly lower after the announcement.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
Addiction to mobile phones, gaming, all be at different degrees, it is a problem plaguing almost every family nowadays. Kids who simply won't get off the phones, much to the dismay of their parents. Pankaj Gupta is one of them. His 8-year-old son and 4-year-old nephew both have battled addiction.
जब से ये कोरोना काल चला है, ऑनलाइन क्लासेस का प्रोग्राम जब से चला है, उसकी वजह से बच्चों को मोबाइल एडिक्शन लगा है। उसके बाद भी स्कूल वालों ने जैसे ऑनलाइन प्रोसेस रखा है अपना चालू, तो बच्चों को मोस्टली वर्कआउट जो है मोबाइल के कारण मिलता है, उसी कारण इनको मोबाइल एडिक्शन पड़ा है।
The addiction is to the level of the 4-year-old being able to unlock the phone and download games.
छोटे वाला है जो वो सोने के बाद मोस्टली लगता है, तो वो भी कई बार जैसे माँ बाप की आँख खुलती है, पता चलता है कि हाँ मोबाइल में लगा हुआ है, हमें कुछ भी नहीं करना पड़ता, बच्चे अपने आप ही सब कुछ कर लेते हैं।
अच्छा।
मोबाइल पे गेम्स डाउनलोड कर लेना, उसको चलाना, सब सीख जाते हैं अपने आप ही करते करते।
Experts say here are the signs to watch out to gauge if the child is addicted. The telltale signs are thinking about gaming all the time, losing interest in other activities, unable to quit playing or reduce screen time, using gaming to ease bad moods. It is no secret that mobile phones and gaming addiction is depriving kids of their childhood. The addiction, however, is hard to get rid of, but not impossible.
Self-guard young people on the interface that they have. I think